My name's Stephen Andrews. I'm the owner of Fish and Forest in York. Started in 2018, I think I started Fish and Forest. Self-taught chef. I'm into sustainability and traceability of product. I own a little bistro on Micklegate. I started off actually wanting to just cook game food. I love how it's all super seasonal. I decided I wanted to do that, and then it was a long walk when I was in Northumberland somewhere, and I was talking to my wife and she was like, there's no real niche fish restaurant in York, and I love to cook fish. Fish is, for me, harder to cook than meat or veg. It's a very skilled cooking technique. So I was like, yeah, why not? And then because of my love for game, I didn't want to lose it. And if you go back, fishmongers used to sell game, so it all goes hand in hand. And then that's where Fish and Forest was born. Did my research, made sure I was looking at the right suppliers, knowing my stuff, and then yeah, it kind of all fell into place. So like I was saying, I did my research in fishmongers selling game and how it all came about and why they did that. And everything should be about sustainability now, and everything should lean towards it. I'm not saying we're the best, but it should lean towards that. And I have a passion for that specifically. So when if you know how the fish is caught and you can trace it back and you can tell the customer, that kind of gave me the boost to start the brand. When I saw that Spark had a vacancy in one of their units, I was like, this could actually work, because I had zero money when I started off. It was next to nothing. And I contacted Tom, Sam, and it kind of spinballed from there. I had an idea, I came up with a logo, I messaged them, and then it was like, all right, I'm doing it. So that's kind of how it happened. I always knew that I wanted to own my own place as well, so yeah, it kind of naturally happened at the start of 2018, I think it was, yeah. Not to sugarcoat it or anything, it is one of the biggest reasons why I'm here, because it gave me such exposure. You would never get it just generically, especially me, I'm useless with social media, so because of that, I know that being in Spark, I have the exposure to all these masses of people that are walking through. But like I say, I don't want to sugarcoat it. It was hard work, and I think the passion that I had for what I was doing and the belief that I had with what I was doing as well helped me push through. And then you get the good feedback, and then you have the support from the staff. And again, Tom and Sam, when I was there, they were absolute legends. They were always there, always supporting me, asking me questions, seeing what I was up to, and I think that's a real boost in confidence when you're starting out and you have somebody actually looking at it like this is going to work and giving you a little bit of belief. So I think, yes, it was a good place to start, and it was definitely the right time to start in as well. I think it was the start of Spark's second year when I entered. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was good graft. Because of my concept, I don't think it was tailored towards specifically street food. So again, I'll go back to Tom and Sam taking a leap of faith in me, saying yeah, actually this might work. And it did, and it worked really well, and it gave me a good platform, gave me a good name. And then I reached a point where my food couldn't go any further, and it wasn't going to the point where I wanted it to be. I needed plates. I needed to be able to put something on a plate. I think I was about 6 months in, and I think that was a turning point where I knew I'd hit my capacity at Spark. And because of the name that I then made for myself through Spark, I was able to branch out, and people approached me to offer me their kitchens, and that's how I ended up taking my next step. So I didn't go straight from Spark to brick and mortar permanent premises. I had a little stepping stone in between, which really helped solidify the concept of Fish and Forest. So I left Spark, and I rented the kitchen at the Micklegate, and Brian, the owner at the time, he was awesome. So he let me have the front room of his pub as my restaurant, and that's when I was able to take on staff, and we was actually able to put our concept down onto a plate. Within a month of being there, I think we got written up in the Yorkshire Post, which was a massive boost, and then York Press, Maxine Gordon, she wrote a really incredible article on us. So it gave us a massive boost, but then that's when I found this place. So we got the boost from Maxine, And this was up for lease, and I found it, came in, had a look around, and I was like, there's potential here. Micklegate's a fantastic street as well. And I took the lease on this place in April 2020, so it was the start of the lockdown. I think that's my biggest challenge. I don't know if it's my biggest challenge to date now, but that was hard at the start. Straight into a lockdown, open in August, November shut down, open in December, lockdown again, day before New Year's Eve, until May. Because we built such a positive but a really lovely network of regulars that were local. When we were open, they were coming, and for them, that's the reason why we're probably still open, because we got so many local trade through, and it was incredible. It's a little overwhelming when you think back on it, and you're like, yeah, we were in and out of lockdown. We take on a premises, we were still paying rent because we took it on late. We didn't get any government support. But the support of locals, that was what pushed us through it. So yeah, it was pretty mega. The freedom to be creative. Like, I have complete freedom in what I do. We do everything on a chalkboard. So if I turn up on a day and something's not quite right or the product's not quite good enough, I have the ability to scrap it and change it on the fly. Reach out to local suppliers. I can find niche things that people won't have. I can talk to the local farmer down the road. It's just little things like that is the best thing about having your own premises. And it's completely tailored to how, I'm not gonna say how I want it, but how everyone who works for me wants it. This is a mashup of everyone's idea. It's not just, I'm never gonna take the full credit. I've got Johan, who's been with me from the beginning. He helped me out at Spark when he had days off. He'd come in and help me out. So there's things in here that it's not me, it's him. And then there's things in here that's not him, it's Steph who works for us as well. It's like, it's a proper like family unit that we've built something from it. And that's what the luxury of having your own place gives you. It gives you that freedom to explore what you want to explore, be creative. Items on the menu, they change all the time. So it's a monthly rotating menu based on veg. So we go off what's in season veg, and then we add the protein into it. The fish that's caught could be different day to day. So I don't know what's coming in, but I know what's in height of season in veg. So we do that. So my menu changes all the time. So that's a constant change. We've got to a point where we've established ourselves, and now we need to make sure that it's something really special. We've maintained in the Michelin Guide for the last 2-3 years, or however long we've been in it for now. And that's something we never expected to get. And because we've got it, we put expectations on ourselves. So it's just about, let's have fun with what we're doing, but let's make it really like the best it can be, I suppose. So nothing major in plans at the moment, but just making sure that this place is the best. Think of a concept, believe in your concept, and then just give it a go. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna fail, and then you're gonna do something else. It's not the end of the world. Honestly, like, you can go through a pandemic, you can go through all these price hikes and everything. You can definitely start a business and give it a good go. That's probably the best advice I can give. And I also know that it's not really advice, it's just me saying, yeah, give it a crack. But that's all I've got.